What's that? Yeah, the thought is, let's talk about them all four together, talk about kind of the, talk about them in terms of similarity and difference. I mean, one of the things that I didn't make completely clear was, in my presentation was, they were supposed to set up, relationships of what they were doing with kind of some of the ideas of this idea of drag queen, and then also sort of create relationships with the neighborhood and the site as well. But I mean, I guess, I don't know how exactly you want to go, but you guys, before you guys, jump up to the front. So, yeah.
All right, I'll start. Well, I made some notes myself, so I'll start with Peter. I felt like your ideas were you did a really nice, isn't it, lineage for this progression, and I just was really impressed with your final renderings and your graphics. I think you have these are yours here, yeah?
This
plus the SketchUp model. I think it's already in the language of a highly developed sort of architectural style for somebody very new to this whole process. I was impressed. I think you have, there's a language there already, and I'd like to see it taken a little bit further. I don't know where you guys are sort of ending this, but I felt like that has a lot of potential, especially coming from this idea of materialism and shopping. And you're Kristen?
Yes.
Your stuff you're so well spoken. You utilize architectural vernacular with this confidence and ease that's really impressive. I mean, the way that you were able to balance that with the imagery, I thought was very strong. You also, this idea of a children's museum for grown-ups, I think, is very thoughtful and sort of imaginative. And you took it, you had a rigorous exploration. You took it pretty far, and I think that you really took something that was conceptually interesting and made something that was rigorous and highly developed in a short amount of time. So I commend you for that, and also for I just was impressed with how you speak about your work. And I'm just being positive, but I have other things. Stephanie, I thought that you had a very clever approach and a really contemporary aesthetic. Your line drawings, the sections, and the plans are. It's a really interesting way to take this idea of ribs and I don't know this anorexic body and to use that as a metaphor for the building. I think that you were able to take that kind of literally and create something that was very contemporary, and your structure and your final forms were expressive. I didn't see it could have been a rib cage. It could have been something that was much more literal than where you took it. So I think that it was as a contemporary aesthetic, and that your initial references were really interesting and well thought out. I like the image of the Barbie that was starved. I've never seen that before, but it was a cool thing that. And that was the big thing for Kelly. I don't actually. You're Kelly? Yeah, I didn't see you when you were presenting, but you have the most phenomenal imagery. It's so stimulating. I don't know where you found all these pictures, but they're really for a bunch of visual people to see that kind of stuff. It was great, and your commentary was really nice. I think that you had that procedure to start learning all these models, and I think it would take you so far if you can take all those pieces and then develop them. So I think that's a really imaginative approach. And, a great process. All of you guys had a really cool process from start to finish. But I really love those pictures. I'm very impressed. So that's it for me for now. You guys do comparisons.
Well, I'll talk about your presentations because I'm a scientist, so I can't talk about your architectural markups or anything like that, how well those are designed. But I think that professionally, it's really important for you guys to get good presentations regardless of what field you're in. And being a scientist, I sit through a lot of really horrible presentations, and I really am. I'm all for good presentations. So I'm going to be a little more critical than she was, but it's only because I want you guys to really grow in this realm. So Peter, you introduced yourself. I mean, you went first. That was the hardest way to go. I think that if you introduce the project, like it took me a while, and like once I got through yours, I figured out what was going on, and so like everybody else had it a little bit easier. But it's never too late, you know. Like people are never too advanced in your audience to like give them to break it down in the most simple manner possible. Like I love as a scientist to hear people break down concepts that I've known for years in like the simplest terms. Because you're always trying to teach people and explain to people what you do in like 2 minutes, and it's great to hear other people's takes on that. But that's my really only criticism. You know, the rest of your presentation was great. Kristen, introduce yourself. Like you were a great speaker. Throw away those cue cards. Like you're so good. You just need to develop the confidence and get rid of those. You know, like eye contact is critical. It keeps the audience engaged. And, sorry, I've got lots of notes. Stephanie, you had a really great intro. I noticed some of your images were distorted in the first couple of slides. Was that intentional, or was that something that you didn't know what the projector was going to do to your images? Like that's something you might want to look at. I know you're busy presenting, so you didn't see what we saw, but you might want to look at that. Like some of them are really wide.
I don't know if that was on purpose.
Yeah, they're like short and fat. It worked, but that's if it's intentional, great. If it's not intentional, just be cued into that. And Kelly, I really liked your presentation, and because it was like all canned. Like it would be like if you give it a good introduction, that would be great. Some music in the background just to give it a reason why it's canned. I know like everybody gets nervous about public speaking, so that's not like I think you did great.
But like come up and say hi, and then
yeah, and then yeah. You know, if you have like soft music in the background, then people are like, oh, okay. So like she got every aspect of it out, and it's perfect that way. And they're not like, oh, she's just too busy to talk to us.
I just want to say you guys did a great job.
Yeah.
I think you're being asked to handle a lot of complex ideas, which is a lot to ask for a first-year student, especially with I guess, representing your idea into architecture, which can lead to a lot of dead ends in certain areas. And I know your process was really, really rigorous. And I guess a lot of what you want to think about is how to express it experientially in architecture. Like Pete, your project, at the end of your museum, you had kind of like theater curtains coming apart, and you see the kids in the sweatshop or whatever. I'm wondering if you can maybe, I guess, experientially or didactically through the museum itself, express the idea that whatever is being manufactured here or whatever is being produced by slave labor or this and that, you know, rather than just at the end, oh, here are the kids, you know, something like that. I mean, similarly, I mean, you may want to go through like a literal route, like, you know, expressing the atrophy of building, like as in Stephanie, right? Yeah, like losing, like cutting all the fat and showing the ribs and stuff like that. You could go, I mean, there's a lot of that out there. That's even getting built, like literal architecture, like being representing, you know, like an image of something. And that has a lot of connotations itself that you want to think about, which are a lot of issues, I mean, you know, through the next couple of years you're going to be dealing with. But yeah, it's a good idea. It's just to just keep, you know, hammering away at the idea, and I thought you guys did a great job. So I'm looking forward to seeing everybody else's stuff too. So.